Second straight game that came down to final possession. Were you holding your breath on Goodwin's look there?
Yeah, I thought Coach Bray, he put you in a spot, and we knew you were going to miss. And I tried to call a timeout at the last second, but if you match up with those shooters that are standing there, it was the perfect miss. First of all, he hit it and it bounded up, and we've been fortunate with a perfect miss before in our history of our program, where a guy can either run one down. But it was a perfect miss, and he had those two guys at the three. If you match up with them, then you're going to probably give up one-on-one rebounding. So you're trying to just pinch and take your chances, but they got the look, and he just missed it. They missed a couple open looks. Before I talk any further, I want to just recognize Coach Bray and his contributions to the game of basketball. I guess I'm one of the older coaches now in the ACC, years-wise, in my years here. I don't know if I'm catching those guys age-wise, but the impact he's had at Notre Dame and on the game of basketball, he's served on a ton of committees, the NABC committees. He's promoted some change in our game, and he's a great spokesman for our game. And the success he's had at Notre Dame over the years is remarkable. And any man that can last in this profession, is faithful to the right stuff, deserves to be acknowledged and recognized. And we wanted to recognize him before the game, and he said no. So we got him a good bottle of, I think it was Irish whiskey. I think we got him. I'm sure he has access to it, and I don't know my Irish whiskey well, but I really appreciate Coach Bray and all he's done for the game, and whatever his future holds, he's a good man. And so I want to acknowledge that, because it's hard to last in this game. It is, and he's done that.
Tony, I talked to you about this in Louisville too, but 38 of your 57 points came from your guards, a lot of dribble penetration. What are you seeing from tonight, all three of them?
We missed a lot of bunnies, or we had some like point blank, and you just keep working on focus finishing, you work on your free throws. So again, I think we have to finish a little better, keep working on it. So the quality of the looks appeared to be okay. At times we got a little lulled into just being unsure. They did some good stuff, switching some of our actions, but when you're struggling to score, that's not going to usually cut it. Shooting the percentage we did for the game, what is it, Box, at 36%, you could just feel it. We made some timely, a timely shot here or there, but not enough. And our defense, I think it held us in there in stretches, but I'll watch the film, because I thought they also got a lot of open looks. And we have to a credit to how they played. They're close. Those guys are talented, and they're very good offensive players in a very tough system to guard. But I know we're close to that line, and all you got to do is watch us. So many of our games we've won close, which is a credit to the young men. But you just gotta come ready and be as right as you can, and your defense has to hold you in there when your offense is struggling a little bit. So again, the dribble drive, guards getting to the paint. We got in there. We only had 14 points in the paint, so that was a little lower, but I don't think it was. We got some quality looks.
Louisville was coming off played well at Miami in that
yes.
loss. Notre Dame had played well in the loss to Duke. Both of these games are close. Are you just catching teams that are playing better than their records would suggest, or are your guys not executing the way they did earlier in the year?
I think, first of all, Notre Dame has played almost everyone very close. They really have. But they're right there, and they're a dangerous team. And it was at home, and I think credit to them. And I think we did not play our best basketball start to finish. And a couple times we caught a break. We unplugged in a transition drill, and Leshevsky has a walk-up three, and they did miss some open looks. So. This is the time where you got to double down on being as sharp and just focused and playing good basketball. You may miss some shots, but you can't have those breakdowns. So I think it's a little bit of both, but you still have to find ways to get it done, and they did, we did, and so here we sit.
Yeah, what are the lessons you can take away and learn and teach your team when you win close in games where you don't play your best basketball?
I think the saying is always right on, and don't accept in victory what you wouldn't in defeat. And I think that's so true. And I think you have to look at the film and say, okay, we got to win. We're thankful for that. But what areas did we unplug in? Where were we unsound? Or what do we have to do on both ends? And then you attack those areas, and you just keep turn it. There's such little separation for our team from others and most of the teams in this league. And again, hopefully our experience to a certain extent has helped us in these tight games.
Yeah, Tony, when you're this late in the season, how do you make those, little changes, little tweaks here and there to kind of, correct it and kind of get ready for the postseason coming up?
Yeah, I mean, you go to work, you practice, you are who you are, and hopefully, when we shoot the ball well, that certainly helps, and you just keep staying true to the system that you have and the guys that were playing. We have a good rotation. They were a hard matchup because they played 4 guards, and then Leshevsky can stretch it from 3, so they force your hand a little bit. If you can't be mobile enough to match up, you're going to be behind. So we kind of did that, but keeping the guys as ready as you can and just fighting to improve. It's always about that next step and the right mindset.
Tony, a 5th straight game in single-digit turnovers. Kind of what are you seeing there for you guys in terms of ball control, ball security?
Yeah, for the most part, it's been good. That's you always want to have an opportunity. I wish we could have gotten a few more. Jaden had 4 offensive rebounds. When you miss that many shots, you're hoping you're going to have a higher amount of second chance points or offensive rebounds. So perhaps we have to, if you take care of the ball and you get a shot on goal, so to speak, if you miss that many, hopefully your offensive rebounding percentage is better. And I don't know if we went, that's one of the things I want to watch, if we went with the tenacity that's required. Because that's how you, when you're struggling offensively, you get it at the free throw line, you get it on the offensive glass. You try to attack. I thought we got to the rim, so that's good. But the fact that ball security, because you don't want to give up any turnovers that lead to those quick buckets.
Tony, Jaden gave you guys a big push tonight in the second half when they went to zone there. I think it was 6 straight points, and then a couple of inside-out passes to Reese and Ben for threes. How happy were you with the way he kind of pounced on that space in the middle they were leaving there?
Yeah, that's his sweet spot. Whether it's man-to-man or zone, he can find that little 15 to 17-foot spot. He has that quick little push jump shot, and that's kind of his go-to. And then again, he made that really nice pass to, it was Reese one time, and I don't know who hit Armand, but that was big. And and he was really working hard defensively, and I love it when I see, double-digit rebounds from any of our guys, but that's a good stat line for him.
Yeah, Tony, Kihei gets the assist record tonight with John Crotty in the gym.
Were you going to say John McEnroe? Did you want to say that?
No,
okay.
And he's your leading scorer tonight.
Yeah.
What has his just impact, long view, been on this program in 4+ years?
Well, first, John was a heck of a player, and he was tough-minded, and I got some good stories of some of the battles, getting to play against him in the NBA, but to pass a player of that caliber is very impressive. And again, I know it's in 5 years, but still, Kihei has, he's been so important for our program. He's a competitor of the highest level, and he's made a difference ever since he set foot on campus. From his first year with that group, he was the perfect combination to now. And, again, the fact that he had, he was steady. We were struggling. He's seen a lot, and he made those plays and was, I'd like to see the 3 turnovers dip down a little bit, but it's hard not to just acknowledge what he's done from start to finish in almost every area, and I think a lot of people identify with him. So the fact that John was here and he did that was real special.